But speaking of green, nothing, as we were just discussing earlier, nothing has been shining as bright as gold, perhaps. Remember, spot prices in the US, COMEX gold prices have cruised past the $2,600 an ounce mark as well. So what does this mean for the gold financing business here in India? Well, Muthoot Finance is the company in focus. Those prices have been running at record levels. So what happens in an environment like this? Is it business positive? Let's ask Mr. George Alexander Muthoot, MD at Muthoot Finance. Sir, thank you so much for joining in. Maybe your smile is saying it all. You know, we had an analyst on the show just before you joined, and a lot of the traders in the market are calling for 3,000 on spot gold in US terms. But to understand the business dynamics, you know, typically in a period when gold prices start moving higher, the value of gold you're holding, that's gone up substantially. What does that mean for business? Are you able to lend more? What is a loan to value general level that you like to hold vis-a-vis the prescribed regulatory norms? Just take us through the dynamics.
Thank you. Good morning and happy Onam to all of you. We are just
happy Onam to you as well, sir.
Holidays now.
Yes, so to you and to all your customers, and of course to all our viewers as well.
Thank you. The Onam is great. So, as you were saying, the gold price has been going up. If you look at the dollar price, it was about 1,650 exactly 2 years back. Today it is 2,600. It's almost a 60% gain from what we had 2 years back. So I think all the people who have gold with them are quite happy to see the value of their ornaments going up 60% in the last 2 years. That apart, as far as gold loan companies are concerned, of course, as usual, we finance only gold ornaments. We don't finance bullion, etc. But then all the customers who have been taking gold from us now, as you said, can get more for the same value. So if they were getting 100 rupees earlier, they can get 160 rupees today, because the loan to value is 75% is the max. But at any given point of time, people don't take all the 75. Our average loan to value disbursal at any point of time would be in the range of 68 or less than 70% only. We see actually a good uptick in the market demand for gold loans. See, the sense we are getting from the market, from all our 6,000 branches all over the country, is that in the last 5-6 months, demand for gold loan is definitely picking up. And last quarter, we were able to do well. And we continue to have good growth momentum from the branches for the gold loan growth. I would say this is one reason for that could be in the last 3-4 months. Unsecured loans have been little difficult to come by for people, whether be it personal loan or the SME unsecured loan, etc. Not that easy today, because banks and NBFCs are going a little slow on that. So that keeps the demand for gold loans or loan against gold on an uptick. That is why we see good demand here. And as usual, the focused players, the players who are focused on gold loans, have always had a good time, as a gold got a good run. And as I have been saying, this is a quite secured loan, and customers are also quite happy to get loans without much delay. And that is why the gold loan sector is doing well, and I'm sure it will continue to do well in the days to come also.
Sir, just to go back to the LTV point, so are you saying that not just the industry, but you as well, at Muthoot also, you're maintaining an LTV of roughly around 70, just under 70. So there's anywhere 5%, an elbow room that you have. And then with the appreciation in the price, what is the additional lending you can do? I think in our last interaction, you mentioned that you're looking at 15% AUM growth. You were anyway going to revisit that by the end of the second quarter. And now you have this huge tailwind in the form of, higher gold prices. Plus, like you're saying, there's lesser competition. People are not getting personal loans, unsecured loans that easily. So now what is the AUM growth that you can forecast?
I think let us wait for the next result. Wait for a month when we are coming out with the results. I think we will the board will take a decision on the revision in the guidance. Today the guidance stands at 50. I'm sure, as you know, we have been doing well in the first quarter. Probably we will think of a guidance revision after the first quarter results are there. But as you said, people don't, or everybody does not need the whole 75%. Some people take only 65%, some people take 60, some people take all the 75. But the fact is that since gold prices are hitting astronomical levels, people are looking at gold as something which of more value today and a more value on which they can borrow. That is what is the big thing, what we are seeing now. They are seeing news about gold price, etc. every day in the newspaper. So everybody has some gold. So they are quite happy to see that the value of their ornaments is going up. And then with the players like Muthoot and the banks here who can, from whom they can borrow money easily, I think it's a win-win for the customer also.
Muthoot, hi, good morning. Prashant here, and happy Onam to you, sir, and to your family. Hope you had a wonderful Onam and a wonderful Onam Sadhya. So just to go on, to shift the focus slightly, we're talking about AUM growth. What about on the liability side? We are, as we were discussing earlier, the cusp of interest rates starting to come off in the US. Expectations are that this year in the US, there'll be at least 125 basis points worth of rate cuts. Here in India, also, we may see a rate cutting cycle slowly manifest itself, maybe not to the same quantum. Could you tell us what proportion of your liabilities book is, what's the maturity profile of the liabilities book? And if rates were to come off sharply, what does it do to your net interest margin, sir? Go on.
Sir, we have always been maintaining our net interest margin in the range of about 10 plus or minus 50 basis points. We're always maintaining that. When there was a slight rise in the borrowing cost for us, we try to absorb it ourselves. But when it is beyond our control, we pass it on to customers. But still, we try to maintain the 10% NIM. If, as we all know, also you all feel that the interest rates in US is also coming down by 125 basis points, and there is going to be a ripple effect of that in India also. When our borrowing cost comes down, it's not that our profits will go up. We will pass on a good part of that to the customer. That has been what we have been doing. We try to maintain our NIM. If the borrowing cost comes down, we reduce our yield rates also.
All right. Hi, Mr. Muthoot. Good morning and good to see you. And happy Onam. And hopefully, the time to come, Prashant has been telling us as well about Onam. Maybe we share a meal on what that leaf, I'm looking forward. But let's focus on the business then, sir. A couple of points here. First quarter, you have grown by 10% on a quarter-to-quarter basis. So I think definitely that 15% will have to get revised upwards. The quantum is debatable. But as you told us, at the end of quarter two, we'll wait by for that. On the cost of borrowings, irrespective of when that rate cut comes about, the GSEC yields has already cooled off considerably. So could you tell us what is the average cost of borrowing? And as of now, how much has it come down?
See, in the last, it has not started coming down, definitely. It is almost, I should say, it is plateaued. It is on the top now. Maybe the cost of borrowing should be in the range of about little less than 9. 8.75 to 9 is the cost of borrowing today. I think it has gone to its peak now. If you see about a year back, it was 100 basis points, 125 basis points lower. So I should say it has almost reached its peak, and we should see the rates coming down in the days to come.
Just to go back to the point, sir, what is the liability, maturity profile? Is 50% of your liability book, under, say, 6 months maturity? Give us a sense of that. How quickly will you be able to, as rates come off, what will happen? Yeah.
I think our maturity profile is about 50% is in the bank. Banks, actually, it is linked to these rates. So if the rates come down, if the rates goes up, we don't have a big advantage. It's only 3 months and 6 months where they reset the rates. So just because the rates have come down or goes up, there is no liabilities which is fixed. It is always fixed to the, that's a pass. But for NCDs, we will taken 3 years, 4 years, etc. Yes, for that, what we have already borrowed will be fixed. So that should be about the 20 to 25% of our book would be in the NCD, which is usually in the range of 3 years, 2.5 years, 3 years, 4 years, etc. Which is all the rates are fixed. Unlike the banks where they have an option to reset after every 6 months or so.
Okay. All right. Final question, sir. Before we let you go, give us a guidance on Belstar MFI. You told us that maybe in the next 1 year or so we could see the listing. But what is the growth you're guiding for out there? And also on your home finance division, growth on both these two.
Okay. The home finance division has been actually doing well. We are actually focusing very great on that. The AUM is around 2,500 crores. Now I think we should see good growth in the home finance where it is it's a very secure loan book. As far as the microfinance is concerned, as you all know, it is an unsecured book, but definitely it is certainly a big service which the microfinance industry is doing to the customers by putting purchasing power in their hands. I think the growth there, the microfinance is about 30% or 25% growth guidance is what I'm not very sure that the company has given. And regarding the IPO, I think we have got the green signal from the SEBI. So we'll wait for a good opportune time, probably in the next 1 year, to go to the market for the IPO for the Belstar also.
All right, Mr. Muthoot, pleasure speaking with you, sir. As always, thank you very much. Happy Onam again. And, we'll speak again post the earnings which come out. And probably there'll be a revision there as well. We'll take